Hi guys, today we're taking a deep dive into the Solana ecosystem, taking a look at all the news, airdrop claims, and airdrop activities we can still do to best position ourselves in these next couple of weeks and months. As you know, there's been a serious congestion on the Solana network, which is causing the transactions to go really poorly, which means that more than 75% of them are currently failing, which is causing the substantial downtrend in the price action of Sol. However, I do believe this is just a short-term setback, and if you're looking to get into some exposure for this ecosystem, now might be an interesting time to start looking. First, let's start with the wallets. So as we all know, the Phantom wallet is basically the MetaMask on Solana, which means it was the first one and probably the best wallet for a long time. However, the Backpack wallet has been really surprising me for the last couple months. They are super active. They constantly make new partnerships. For example, just by using the Backpack wallet instead of Phantom or some other, you can get a 5% boost on many different dApps across Solana ecosystem. For example, on MarginFi, you get extra. On Zeta markets, you get extra. So that's a pretty nice bonus to begin with. But also their UI is pretty interesting as well. They're the first to implement a sidebar. How simple yet so revolutionary. So that's pretty interesting reason to use it, as well as the fact that people use the Backpack Exchange, their new beta stage product, have received very substantial wormhole airdrops because just by trading $5,000 in volume, which was very easy. If you had $1,000, 5 swaps, you would qualify, and people were getting up to $1,000 in W tokens. So very interesting ecosystem not to fade. So these are all very bullish signs for this ecosystem. So taking a look in their whole rewards program, if you have participated, it was lasting until March 18th, you have probably already had the ability to claim some of your wormhole tokens. Now their season 2 is already finished as well, and this is going to be awarding you Tensor tokens. And now the one that we still have going on is the when trading season, which is going to last until April 15th. So this is very time sensitive. So how this works, if you want to participate, you simply need to have the market trades, which means taker trades on this exchange. You would have to deposit your funds. You can deposit many different pairs that they're actually trading on the platform, and you can even use cash. Just one very crucial thing regarding this, you need to be aware that if you're going to be actually getting the airdrop from this exchange, you need to actually verify your identity, which means KYC. So if this is a big no for you, then don't even touch this. But honestly, this is a sensible matter and not everybody agrees. Anyway, if you're going to do this, you need to deposit, and keep in mind that the amounts of trade that you need to do is constantly increasing. For the last one, you needed to have $5,000 in volume. For the season 3 or the next one, for example, for when trading, I would not do less than $100,000 in volume. So if you're only going to do this with $100 or $200, it might take you a while, but depositing a couple thousand and just making a couple trades, taker trades, so market trades, could be a way to go. Next, we have Tensor token, which is currently live, and if you've been farming seasons 1, 2, and 3, you have 180 days to claim your airdrop allocation. Always be sure to follow official links, and currently the claim is live on Jupiter's LFG platform. Regarding the season 4, which is currently ongoing, you can generate points in similar fashion like in the previous seasons, simply by listing NFTs, by bidding on NFTs and market making with NFTs. However, the most amount of points is going to be generated through funding locks, and this is a very interesting concept where you are basically going long or short by exercising options in an NFT trading environment. And also you can get extra boost by buying and staking your Tensorians, by generating extra points through referrals, and if you only list on the Tensor marketplace, then you can also generate extra rewards by having maximum loyalty to the platform. Now let's see how actually these locks work. You are bullish on an NFT and you believe it's going to be worth 2 or 3 SOL more in 1 week's time, which is the duration of all locks. Then you would fund a long lock, you would choose an NFT to supply, you would decide on a higher price in the future, and you would wait for somebody to purchase this lock. Now, why would they do that? Well, let's say they believe that the price of this NFT in 1 week is going to be even higher than the higher price that you have set this lock for. Then in 1 week's time, or during the period of 7 days, if the floor price is steadily rising, there is a mismatch between the lock that they have potentially purchased and the current floor price. So they can exercise this lock and purchase the one that you have set for and immediately pocket the difference. Same works in the opposite direction. Let's say that you're bearish on an NFT, but you want to lock in a price that you're willing to sell this NFT for. Then you choose this lower price, and then somebody else who believes that this is a great price, they can lock in this short selling, let's say, option to buy this NFT at that price. And then in 1 week's time, if your lock is profitable, which means that the floor price has dropped so much that it's even less than the lower price that you've set it for in the past, then you can simply short sell this NFT. So you buy it on the market and you sell it for this lock that you have decided on. Pocket the difference. The direction that you choose to go to is going to cost you 2.7% of the deposit value, and is going to generate you points and a nice APY ranging between 150 to 250%. Also, one very important thing regarding supplying the NFT when going long, then you gotta make sure that you're actually willing to sell this NFT, or if it doesn't get sold, you're gonna get a random NFT from the same collection. So make sure not to put some exotic, legendary, or very, very rare NFT. All right, next I have to agree with Senor Cove on this one because there's a big oof happening with MarginFi, considering that they managed to be the only sole project on the last month that have actually had a negative TVL growth. So yeah, their marketing is basically non-existent. There hasn't been much news regarding their airdrop, and the drama with Soul Blaze is just cherry on top. People are ditching MarginFi and they need to make some big moves very soon. Personally, I'm still keeping there with Backpack Wallet just on one wallet, just to be sure. Have some exposure because with TVL dropping, there might be an opportunity to get a bigger allocation if you stay. Next, we have Kamino. Kamino finished their season once, and their snapshot has been taken on March 31st. And you can actually check your Kamino allocations, and you will be able to claim it very soon. They will have a staking enabled when the token launches, so this could be a criteria for future seasons of Kamino. And Parcel, one of the more anticipated airdrops, is around the corner, and you will soon be able to also check and claim your Parcel allocation. Also, for a limited amount of time, if you join quickly into the perpetual points, which have just opened, you will be able to get extra 10,000 perpetual points for their next season. And the perpetuals trading or perpetual season is coming at the end of quarter 2 2024. So also very, very soon. Next, let's look at the news regarding the perpetual trading on Solana. First, we have Drift Protocol. They were one of the OGs on the chain. And of course, the usual 20x leverage on your perps. And they also have a earn tab where you can lend or borrow your assets. But most importantly, you can super stake your SOL. And this one is interesting because you can actually get 16% APR on your VSOL, for example, with less for MSOL and JITA-SOL, but they're powered by Drift. You can generate some of the extra points for Drift, and if you're already staking SOL, it's a great option. What interests me mostly about Drift is the fact that there's less than 100,000 people farming it right now, so it could be one of the bigger underfarmed airdrops. Next one, we have Zeta Markets, and Zeta Markets has recently introduced Z, which is going to be their future token, and they have also for a while now something called Z Score, which you always accumulate by simply using the platform. Also, they've partnered with Backpack for giving people 1.1x boost if you use Backpack Wallet. 3 ways to get your points for Zeta Markets is by simply referring people, by trading on the market, and providing liquidity. And if you're wondering if Zeta Markets is worth farming, we can take a look at the current OTC price on Whales Market, which is basically a way for you to monetize your points from points farming programs. And here it says that $1 worth of trading volume is 1 Z-score. And 1 Z-score is currently trading at just under half a cent, which means that $100,000 of trading volume will earn you about $500. And since it's only costing you about $100 in fees, if you don't suck at trading, then you might actually be making very, very good return on your capital and your time with Zeta Markets. And then, yeah, just in general, Whales Market is something you need to be aware of because sometimes people are bullish on a project and the points are overpriced. So if you want to speculate on this, then this could be interesting. Definitely worth considering selling those MarginFi points if possible. And another amazing news that was alerted to us from our Sol legend, Hugh Jassets, is coming from Pstakes Finance, which is a multi-chain liquid staking protocol. They are already multi-chain, available on BNB Chain, Solana, Cosmos, and others, as well as backed by Binance Labs. And they're doing one of the biggest airdrops in Solana yet by simply people who are already in Solana ecosystem. If you submit your Solana wallet address, and you will be able to see your initial Pstake points allocation. Also, they will have ability to generate extra Pstake points later down the line when the project goes live. You will be able to liquid stake your Sol for STK Sol, as well as by completing some on-chain and off-chain activities. So also there will be points in time when you will be able to have something called a rush period. So if you keep up with socials, or if you're part of a, let's say, community that does this full time and really has their finger on the pulse, such as our Discord, then you will be able to participate in these rush periods and parabolically grow your Pstake points. Once the season one goes live, and once it finishes, you'll be able to exchange your Pstake points for actual Pstake token. And this is amazing. So first thing you gotta do is submit the Solana wallet address and see what's your initial Pstake allocation. This is one of the reasons why we always talk about our Discord and our application, because information like this is usually very time sensitive, and if you're not in the right communities, if you're not hanging out with the right people, you might miss some very important information. If you really want to take your airdrop game to the next level in 2024, this is probably one of the better places that you can spend your time in. There are other communities out there, of course, but make sure to be around experienced and successful people. And now let's check a really quick updates regarding Jupiter. They're the biggest DEX aggregator for Solana, and they've already done a very, very nice airdrop earlier this year, but there will be multiple rounds. So let's see what we can do to qualify for Jupiter Season 2, 3, and beyond. They have recently introduced the DCA, which means dollar cost average, which means that you can buy a certain amount of crypto at a specific amount of time and not worry about market fluctuations to get emotions out of the way. However, the one I would focus on more is definitely the perps tab, considering it's in beta, and I would not be surprised that Season 2 criteria for Jupiter would have to do something with perpetuals trading. They also have something called JLP pool, which has finally opened deposits, and even though the APYs are not crazy, 250, 200% like they used to be, finally you can get in on this pool, and basically it is a bet against traders, and you share platform fees on Jupiter. So this could be a criteria for the next seasons. Also, they have a LFG launchpad, which is currently launched the UN token, their basically testing grounds. They launched Jupiter token through this one. And recently, if you have staked your Jupiter airdrop, or if you bought Jupiter token, staked it, and voted with it, then you are eligible for the Zeus network airdrop, which means that you have only until April 18th to claim your allocations. And lastly, quick update for Solana Saga 2 mobile crypto phone. If you are considering getting one, then make sure to do so sooner rather than later, considering the early adopter window is probably closing soon. The phone has been one of the best investments in the last couple months regarding Solana, because it has already basically paid itself off due to all the airdrops that we have received directly in our wallets. It is being shipped in 2025, keep that in mind, but there's no reason to think that this trend of airdrops will be stopping anytime soon. The latest one that we're receiving is from Wuffi. Now, I haven't done a lot of research regarding this, but it's currently worth around $30, $40. Don't rush into these things. Make sure it's safe. And once you're feeling comfortable with it, you can claim your allocations. Oh, and I almost forgot, there's also a Meteora protocol, which is apparently accumulating points in the background, and it is super underfarmed as of yet. So if you want to jumpstart and make sure to get in early on something, this is your ticket. And that's a wrap for everything regarding Solana for today. If you find the content valuable, make sure to like and subscribe, put the bell notifications on, and if you're serious about crypto, you know what to do. We're waiting for you in our Discord. Till next time, have an amazing day.